Hello, welcome to Double Talk. My name is Mark Steffen.
I'm Michael Mandel, and you remembered the name of the show. That's pretty good, because it's been a week since we've been here.
That's true.
And we don't think about this until we get here. Because we just changed our venue to in front of this this lovely pool.
Looking out the window now.
Outside the back.
That's where we go between shows to relax.
Yes. See those lounges? That's where we relax. That's how you got that lovely red glow to your face.
That's true.
That's how that happened.
I should have used more sunscreen.
And this is going to be Memorial Day weekend. In fact, it already is Memorial Day weekend.
That's a good time to go out to the pool or go up to the lake.
There's plenty of things to do. Memorial Day weekend. Whoa!
Now the gas prices are up, I noticed.
Are they?
Well, you know,
They've been going up
everybody
for the last
says,
2 weeks.
oh, gas prices are determined by market value. The price of crude determines the price of gasoline. Then why do they always go up during a holiday weekend?
Did you ever have supply and demand?
Well,
There's more demand during holiday weekends, as well as during the summer. More people want to travel because around here, people don't like to get stuck in the snow. They like to go driving, and they don't want to have to worry about the snowstorms that we get so often in the winter.
So we don't have to worry about that because there's a lot of good things to do this weekend. I mean, there's tons of things to do.
I know.
Going on right now.
Other than watching this TV show.
Once you watch the show, then go outside and go to some of these places.
We're going to tell you all the things to do. In fact,
Everything.
as soon as our show started, and we don't have this down here, but Vado is having a tire shredding event.
And you can't,
You can't see a tire shredding event every day of the week.
once you've seen a tire shredding event, you'll never be the same.
Well, and they do it in Vado because, tires, when you burn them, give this noxious smell, and I guess when you rip them up, they probably have the same noxious smell. But in Vado, there's nothing that could supplant the Vado smell. It's a classic thing. It should be trademarked, like we are. We are the Las Cruces channel. We're the official TV station of Las Cruces.
Do they think they get this show down in Vado?
Yes, they do.
No, it's Texas. I don't get it.
No.
It's Time Warner.
We're Vado. Are we Vado?
No, Vado was not in.
They get Vado because Vado, they tap into people's Comcast cables, they tap into people's electric cables. It's Vado. It's sort of like Chinatown. Anything can happen. It's Vado.
Yes, so Memorial Day weekend.
Or as we call it here, Memoria Day, because Memoria Day is that's how you say it in Spanish.
It's Latin, I think, in
Latin,
Memoria.
Memoria. What are we remembering on Memorial Day?
Well,
do you remember? I don't remember what we remember on Memorial Day.
It's veterans.
We remembered Veterans Day on Veterans Day.
Yes, that's true.
So
Memorial Day, we remember the dead.
Tell me.
Veterans Day, we remember the live ones. Memorial Day, we remember
the dead veterans.
The dead ones, basically, who died in wars.
Good. If we don't know any dead veterans, although we do.
I know one, my dad.
My dad, too. How do you like that? They're probably up there playing poker.
Up there?
To be a first. Oh, where do you think your father went? Huh?
He's in the ground.
You are wearing red today.
Actually, he's on the ground. We sprinkled his ashes over the Oregon Mountains.
Mine is barely in the ground.
On the mausoleum?
No. In Florida, you can't dig too deep.
Oh,
otherwise,
true.
the swamp pumps up.
Hey, you hit water or oil.
Yes,
one of the two.
It's water or effluvia, whatever they have there. So you can increase your business and advertise on this station. You can
That's true.
advertise on this show, and you could then watch the show, and we'll say hi to you. Hi, Dee.
Heidi ho.
Right? See? And she doesn't even advertise. Well, she might. We don't know.
Now, everybody likes a good hamburger, don't they?
You don't, but everybody else does.
I do too.
You do. You are so against eating meat.
I didn't say.
Yes, you did say that
my
many
hamburger
times.
Doesn't have ham in it any more than yours does.
With the word burger means made out of beef.
I love a good turkey burger.
A turkey burger.
And I make them all the time.
So why are we mentioning this? Because it's National Hamburger Month. And I found this out from a restaurant advertisement for Morton's Steakhouse.
Yeah.
Did you ever go to Morton's Steakhouse? They're really good. There's one here. No, it's not here. It's in Vado. It's
that's
something else.
Munoz's.
It's close. Morton's is like one of the best steakhouses nationwide, and they have a lot of different
Of course, the nearest
places.
Morton's, Michael. El Paso doesn't even have one.
No, they don't, and I don't think Albuquerque does.
Tucson.
Phoenix has one.
Phoenix has one.
L.A., you're in L.A.
Morton's.
We were in Chicago. New York has them. Many places in Florida have them, but you can have a good hamburger any place they sell good hamburgers. Here's the Morton's special thing for this, in case those of you here go to a large city. The Morton $1 Million Burger has black truffle butter, foie gras, braised short ribs. I don't know how they do that.
On top of the beef?
Maybe the beef is made from braised short ribs, and it's on a brioche bun, and you get a glass of Stag Leap's wine, the Investor Napa series, which the bottle goes for $50 anyway.
So a glass of that's not bad.
Yeah, that's a pretty good deal.
And how much does that hamburger cost?
That package is $43.
Okay.
The burger is probably $20. The glass of wine is probably $20. You know, a good glass of Napa Cabernet really is worth that much. It's pretty good.
But then you think twice about ordering a second one.
No, you wouldn't, because you're already drunk on the first one. That's the point of wine.
So don't have a cocktail before. That way, you might think twice.
Oh, you gotta have a cocktail.
Because you're not drunk enough.
Who cares about thinking?
Blow money.
You're not there. You're there to enjoy yourself, not to worry about blowing money. If you worry about blowing money, you wouldn't walk into Morton's in the first place. You know, you go next door to Carl's Jr., Carl's the third, maybe. Anyway, after this happens, the month is over. Hamburger Week is over May 30th. June 1st starts Negroni Week.
Yeah, we love a good Negroni.
We do love Negronis, and we've talked about Negronis many times on this show.
We've made Negronis on the show, haven't we?
We have, I believe.
Made and sampled.
Yes. The Negroni is, let me get my gin,
only 3 ingredients.
Campari, and sweet vermouth.
Sweet vermouth, that's it.
There are a number of alternatives you could do, I've discovered. You can use Aperol, you can use Courvoisier, you could use Lillet, you could use almost anything as long as the balance of bitter, sweet, and gin are there.
So would a Shigroni qualify in...
A Sugaroni?
A Shigroni.
Oh, Sugaroni.
A Shigroni.
No, a Shigroni was made out of sherry. So I found out.
Would they let that be in Negroni Week?
Sherry, I think, takes over for the sweet vermouth, and then you could probably still use Campari with it.
Or does
you
Shigroni have their own week?
No, Shigroni has not gotten its own week. But the people who push Negroni Week are the Campari company, since the standard way for really a well-balanced Negroni is Campari. And it doesn't matter what kind of sweet vermouth you use, except I have found that everything changes it. So we'll have to do that. And then we should do that for our special added attraction.
Next week is Negroni Week. We'll do it on the show next week.
That'd be good.
And there's
that's
a lot of things
Negroni
going on.
Straight
That's
up.
what it looks like.
Yes.
Looks like a twist of...
or you could do it in a glass with ice cubes, which is how it originally was done. But I love using cocktail glasses like that.
I do too. It looks like a martini glass.
Yes, martinis are great.
Now, this is a food and drink weekend.
It's a food and drink weekend for us every weekend.
Well, that's true.
Yes.
But also going on this weekend, we have the wine festival out at the fairgrounds. That goes on twice a year.
Yes.
Memorial Day and Labor Day weekends.
Pretty much whenever we're in town, we make it.
All 3 days it's going on out there. Today it's going on big time.
Oh, I have the list of who's playing. Today, starting at 12 o'clock, is Latin. Oh no, it's Fat Soul. Did you ever see Fat Soul? They're really good. We went to see them. Latin Function takes over at 3 o'clock. Then tomorrow, Chris Baker at 12. Yarborough Band, which I think I've seen there too.
They're good. Country.
3 to 6. And Monday, I'll probably be there Monday, as I was last year, and guitar. Can't say
Slim?
guitar. You don't say guitar.
Guitar
You
Slim?
say Guitar Slim is there from 12 to 3, and he's very amusing. And Fast Lane is there from 3 to 6. The special thing about the wine festival, if you can do it, is go to the D.H. Les Combs tent, which costs a little bit extra, and then they pair their top-of-the-line wines with food, and that's really good. Basically. Little light snacks,
now,
chocolate.
Last time I was out there, it was $10 to get in. Has it gone up?
Yes, it has, and that's a good point, because it's $15 online. It's $20 if you buy it at the door. So if you're thinking of going there, go get your tickets online, and you save $5, which is good. On the other hand, the way you look at it, you spend an extra $5 from last year. But you know what? A wine festival always gets people, and it's worth it. I mean, it's worth. How many glasses of wine? How many glasses of wine do you think you actually drink when you're there? You can. There's no end to how much wine you could drink.
Sure, and they give you a free glass that you take home with you.
And we have a cabinet full of those.
I bet you do.
And you can just the glass itself is worth $5. No, okay, they probably paid $3, but $5 in a store. But you can drink whatever kind of wine. My suggestion is to pick the type of wine that you want to focus on and then compare them. Your suggestion might be, who cares? Just drink whatever they have. If you get a place in line, you get to the front of the line, just don't ever let that place go. Just keep drinking.
Yeah, I'll tell you, the last time I was out there, and I actually worked a couple of these festivals, the one thing that was missing was somebody selling bottles of water.
There's always people selling bottles of water.
There are.
Do you want to buy a bottle of water?
There also need to be people out there selling sunscreen and hats.
I'll give this to you for $1. If you wait any longer, it's $1.50 at the gate.
Put on my tab.
$1.50 at the gate.
And so take your own water with you.
Take your own wine too.
Make sure you wear a hat and sunscreen. That's important because it's out in the open.
Unless you get into the little kiosk where it's shaded.
Well,
so
you
you
won't
should
stay there forever.
stay in the kiosks just to sober up, walk into the sun, and then you go, oh God, it's so hot.
It does get hot out there.
Yes. Wine Festival is only one of the great things that is happening.
What else is going on, Mike?
I believe something that I have never gone to. It's the 30th KLAQ Balloon Festival at Wet and Wild.
That's just north of Vado. And Anthony.
Yes, Anthony, which is an Italian town, I believe.
No.
Anthony.
Anthony, New Mexico, Texas.
And if you want to go riding on a balloon, which I don't necessarily, so the timing is perfect for me, it's 6 a.m. You have to be there at 6 a.m. if you want to go up in a balloon. But the Wet and Wild thing, the Balloon Festival, is going on
all day.
All day. And they have some good groups there. The Gin Blossoms are there today.
That's a big name group.
And it's a good drink, too, the Gin Blossom.
Radio station KLAQ is one of the major sponsors of the Balloon Fest there.
And they will have local bands as well as music Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. What does this say? Balloon launches at 6 a.m. I already said that.
Balloons have to lift off early before the breeze gets too heavy?
Before the sky gets too warm. Because in cold, when it's colder, like at 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock, you only have like 60-degree weather, 50-degree.
Well, they bring their own heat with them, so they don't have to worry too much about it.
Yes, but it's the difference between the heat in their balloon and the heat in the sky. If the sun is, it's 104 degrees, it won't be.
It might be 84 degrees.
Well, we're making enough hot air here, so don't
That's
worry
true.
about it.
We'll
go
make
down.
our own.
We'll go down to the next item on our expansive list
of things to do this weekend.
What do we have on our list?
Well, that includes if you go to Silver City, you can take part in the Blues Festival,
which is pretty much all free.
Pretty much, you just park your car someplace and walk in.
And get a place, and always bring a folding chair, and bring your own water.
Absolutely, and hat and sunscreen.
And hat and sunscreen, and perhaps snacks, although there's food tents all over. And if you get a good spot, you could just sit there. Do we see Linda Ronstadt? Who do we see there? Maria Moldar.
Blues Festival?
Maria Moldar.
Okay.
I think we saw.
Right.
She was really good.
Taj Mahal had been advertised to be showing up. He will not be there.
We don't know who's replacing him, but the woman who is going to be the runner-up for him, let's see, her name is Geneva Magnus. Look her up on YouTube, Magnes, and she's got a good gutsy voice. She also, on one of the YouTube things, had a great guitarist, so that's always good. Speaking of great guitarists, we're going to just fit this in really quick. We're all sad about B.B. King dying.
Of course, everybody knows
He's
he's
a
one of the top
blues
blues
giant
men ever.
Yes, he's much more well known than Taj Mahal. Maybe he went to the service. Maybe that's where Taj Mahal went. So those of you who are going to go see Taj Mahal at the Silver City Blues Fest, on Mark's word, that is no longer possible.
But you'll have a great time there anyway.
There's some good
Silver
people
City
there.
is a nice place to visit. It really is.
It is. The town itself is really fun to be at. Chevet is a great restaurant. I bet that'd be great.
My favorite bar there closed down, the Buffalo Bar there. They're out of business,
right.
Unfortunately.
If you look at the special flyer, there are tons of new bars there, so we should never be at a loss for bars. There it is. The flyer's probably all around town. Lots of bars listed there, a lot of food. Everybody loves a curious kumquat.
That's true. That's a good place
Who
to
doesn't
eat
like a
and
good
food.
kumquat? Anyhow,
Let's take a break.
We'll take a break and tell you some more when we get back. Or just pierce our lips.
Attention, users of the blood-thinning drug Xarelto. If you or a loved one has been hospitalized or died from serious internal bleeding after taking Xarelto, you may be entitled to significant compensation. Call the Sentinel Group now. Potential claims are being reviewed for users of Xarelto who have suffered severe bleeding or hemorrhaging, stroke, or even death. Our network of experienced attorneys are ready to help fight for you. You won't pay a thing until your case is settled. Call the Sentinel Group now. Don't wait.
Have you or a loved one suffered complications after uterine surgery from the use of a power morcellator? If so, call the Sentinel Group now. You may be entitled to significant compensation. The FDA estimates that 1 in 350 women undergoing a myomectomy or hysterectomy have unsuspected sarcoma or cancer in the uterus. The Sentinel Group's experienced network of attorneys have years of experience fighting big medical companies and is ready to fight for you. So if you've developed uterine cancer, call the Sentinel Group now for a free confidential consultation.
Listen up, America!
The price of life insurance has gone down 60% over the last 15 years. Many Americans know they need it, and some that have life insurance know they don't have enough. How would your family get by without you? How are you planning for the uncertainties of life? Find out how easy it is to protect the ones you love. The quote is free, and there are no obligations. Listen up, America. Call now.
Fiesta Motors.
Come and see us today and discover why our service is second to none. In business for over 17 years, we have the right car for you. When you buy a vehicle from Fiesta Motors, we do everything possible to ensure your satisfaction. Located at the corner of El Paseo and Main. See you there.
Celebrate Fiesta Motors, where buying a car is always a celebration.
An important message for Americans in need of health insurance. If there's been a recent change in your life, you are eligible for immediate protection under the Affordable Care Act. If you're uninsured because you missed the enrollment deadline, we can help. To get the protection you need, you can visit the Healthcare Exchange and spend hours exploring your options. Or you can make a single call to Health Markets and let us do the legwork for you at no cost or obligation.
Call the number on your screen now. Operators are standing by. Get the coverage you need. Call now.
Non-attorney spokesperson. This is a medical alert. If you or a loved one took Zofran while pregnant for morning sickness or nausea, and your baby was born with a birth defect, call us immediately.
Call 1-800-953-0860.
You and your child may be entitled to compensation. Zofran taken during pregnancy may increase the risk of heart defects, cleft lip, cleft palate, and other birth defects. Call us now for a free confidential consultation.
Call 1-800-953-0860. 1-800-953-0860.
And we are back. You are watching Double Talk, America's Las Cruces' premier talk show.
I think America's by
on
process.
Las Cruces' premier television channel.
And in fact, now that the Letterman show was over on Wednesday, last show, we are now the premier talk show because Jimmy Fallon, as good as he does on doing people's imitations, he just can't talk. Can't just do a talk show. He has to be singing. He needs
well, he laughs too much at the other people.
Everything's great for him. We are much more sarcastic.
We are sarcastic, we're sardonic, we're cynical.
And
we're normal.
Yes.
Well, I am.
Compared to me, maybe.
And we are
best talk show, yes.
And we're also looking for something to do on the weekend. And if what we've told you so far isn't enough,
there's
more.
There's
more.
And a lot of it's free. It's amazing.
A lot of free stuff.
I mean, around here, God, free. You go to the city, as soon as you walk in the subway, they charge you $50, I think.
Really?
Or they pick your pocket for $50. I'm not sure.
Here's a free thing you can do.
What is that?
You can
pick
go
somebody's
see a movie.
pocket.
Free movie.
Free movie?
Movie
in
the
this
park.
town?
There is.
Probably an old-fashioned movie like Laurel and Hardy, right?
No, it's
what
not
is it?
Silent. It's actually one of the Hunger Games movies. Which one?
The Mockingjay Part 1. So it's the one that just came out 3 or 4 months ago.
So it's Hunger Games 2?
No, I don't know if there's a 2. There's been a Hunger Games 2, I think. This is just Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1.
I haven't caught up
and
to
since
Hunger
neither
Games.
of us have seen any of the Hunger Games,
no,
because the last thing, look at us. You think we go through Hunger Games? No, we eat well. We're not into self-abuse.
You're right.
I was waiting for them.
You're right.
Yes. We're not.
Well, we've got plenty of people who provide that for us.
Yes, and obviously you, if you're watching it. Interesting, self-abusing. So that's that's in Young Park.
Young Park tonight, 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
That doesn't seem dark enough to me, Michael, to start a movie.
Yeah, but it gets dark as the time goes.
No, I need to start at 8 o'clock.
Well, probably until everybody gets their seat in the park.
So I'm going to boycott it. I'm not going if it starts at 7. I'm sorry.
What, you can see it on Netflix?
Yeah.
You probably could see it on Netflix.
I'll wait till it's on HBO. What do I care?
And, well, if you don't like seeing movies in the light,
Light of day.
tomorrow at about 6 o'clock downtown, it's not movies in the park, it's music in the park. Another free thing that the city does. We're going to talk about how the city has raised its sales tax. And the city does provide, we're not on to Neon Desert yet, but he doesn't care.
He's on the phone.
He's on the phone, so it doesn't matter. The city provides money for movies in the park because not only they have to pay for the rights for the movie, they have to pay the musicians for music in the park. They also have to pay for all the city service guys to work in the park. So there you go, a lot of your sales tax. We're now on what? So that was music in the park?
Yes, music in the park.
With, I have here Billy Towns and Michael Herndon. I'm not sure. Herndon, I think I've heard these guys.
But the city does music in the park during the summer every week.
Every year. Right,
every week at a different park.
And for every year.
This time it's downtown, right on Main Street.
They really have good stuff. You'd think they'd get somebody who was still practicing, but they get very experienced musicians.
Yeah, well, people,
and they're pretty good.
Now,
are you pushing us to say the Neon Desert?
We haven't got to Neon Desert yet.
We're nowhere near that. Oh yeah, we're close to it.
So that's our next topic. So I guess we might as well, since we missed the graphic for music in the park.
Do we have a music in the park graphic? I don't know, because it's hard to see music unless you have synesthesia. If you have synesthesia,
you can see the notes.
Music. You see the colors.
Oh.
Different notes have different colors in your brain. So yes, now we're on to something happening all weekend, and this is a big event. The Neon, what is it? The Neon Desert.
That's in El Paso.
Festival.
That's a music festival.
That's a monster music festival for kids, and since I don't think we're having we usually have that sneaker festival here in the middle of June.
Now the Neon Desert, that's not the thing they do downtown at the plaza, is it?
I don't know what it is.
Downtown El Paso? No, you said it's Cincinnati Avenue?
I didn't say anything.
You told me that earlier.
No, I didn't say that.
I'm pretty sure.
I didn't say
Thought
that.
you did.
No. Anyway, with that,
we don't know where it is.
It's a lot of groups that most people's noted demographic. They always people like the 18 to 35-year-olds.
Those are the
people
money-spending
go to
demographics.
Neon Desert. There are still tickets left, and for the weekend they run from $119 to $350.
So much for free stuff to do.
Ticket. Yeah, well, you don't want to do everything for free because then you're not getting your money's worth.
You are around
you get
here.
Your money's worth for nothing. What are we on? Oh, okay. So that's enough for events?
No, it's not.
Oh, Paul Rodriguez.
Next Friday, we've got Paul Rodriguez live in person here in Las Cruces.
Not that young, though.
At the
I
convention
he's
center.
Not that young anymore.
Well, who knows what he looks like. We haven't seen him since he was on our show back in the 90s. Remember, Michael?
That's right, about 1994.
Michael and I did a show back in the 90s called Under Development. We had Paul Rodriguez on as one of our guests.
We interviewed him.
I guess it must have been the last time he was
a
in
nice
town.
guy.
He was here then for the whole enchilada fiesta, which we no longer have in this town.
Really? I never heard about that. That's because I didn't watch last week's show.
It went away.
Incredible.
So
you can have Paul Rodriguez next week. What else happening next week?
Well,
say something.
No, that's pretty much everything going on
that's
now.
Pretty good.
Yeah, you know.
Tomorrow, did I say Knights of Columbus breakfast, pancake breakfast?
No, you didn't say that.
Okay, well, that's something going on.
Oh, but you know, speaking of hamburger week.
Yes.
We have a problem with cows in the road.
Well, yes, we do. They're not a target, are they?
No, not on purpose. But it's especially
I want to see
treacherous
how you're going to get into this.
when they're at night. When you have a dark-colored cow on a dark road at a dark night, it's especially dangerous for people on motorcycles who are traveling the highway at 60 miles an hour.
And we just found out about that.
Yeah, unfortunately,
a high school teacher.
High school teacher from Centennial High School was killed. His wife, riding on the back, was severely injured.
God, I mean, going into a cow and a motorcycle, you got to wear your seatbelt.
You know, the cow's going to win on that one.
Well, the cow may not win. The thing is, now they have to look for the cow so they can arrest it.
The cow was last seen
visuals.
Headed towards Chicago.
Oh, yeah?
Well, you know, Mrs. O'Leary's cow burned the town down.
By its rear legs?
And actually, Actually, they euthanized the cow on the scene. But
in this case, or Mrs. O'Leary's cow? Mrs. O'Leary's, they didn't have euthanasia.
In Mrs. O'Leary's case, the cow didn't die. People don't realize this.
No, the cow just knocked over the lantern.
Knocked over the lantern, started the Chicago fire, but the cow didn't die. The cow split to Wisconsin and started the dairy industry.
Is that how that
People
happened?
never heard that, but it's true.
You know, Garrison Keogh should do a show about that.
Probably should.
Yeah, he would know about that.
So we got to, you know, so whoever owns that's considered open range. So the cows can walk back and forth in the middle of traffic if they want to.
That's true.
It's like India down
Well,
there.
I think people should. You know, people are always worried about wolves killing things. If they don't want their cows killed, they should put reflective tape on them.
That's an
I
idea.
bet that would keep the wolves away. Scare the wolves.
Actually, reflective tape on a cow is a good idea.
Yeah, good. Cow's not going to get attacked by a wolf when it sees it reflecting things. It'd be a little scary. Okay, so speaking, what are we done with? Oh, we want to talk about the motorcycle gangs a little bit.
Speaking of violence on the highways, yeah.
You know, we have a Twin Peaks in El Paso. Do you know that? It's
Yes,
a restaurant.
we do. Yeah, it's a takeoff on Hooters.
Yes, because
Twin
Twin
Peaks. Get it?
It's not on the Twin Peaks, the David Lynch.
No, it's not the TV show.
TV show, but it's somebody else's Twin Peaks. Anyway,
there was a big fight in Waco, Texas.
Yes, 170 citations were given out. 9 people were killed.
Shot,
I think 19 wounded. They're not sure who was shot by the. It's not
Cops.
Hells Angels. It was the Banditos.
The Banditos.
I hear the Banditos control almost everything in Texas. So I think they had a rival gang, the Cossacks, which I know about from being in Russia. And then there's the Aztecas, and there were 2 other gangs there.
They showed up uninvited, apparently.
Well, no, I heard there was a little group. It was going to be a gathering. It should be a pleasant gathering. Then somebody rode over somebody's foot with a motorcycle.
Can't all weak gangs
and
just
everybody's
get along?
pissed. And yes, so
it could happen here, Michael, just as easily as Waco, Texas.
It could.
We're a much bigger town.
We have Bandito. We're a much bigger town than Waco.
In Waco? Sure, we are.
No,
we don't have a branch of Davidians.
We don't?
Like they do in Waco.
Well, where have I been going to services every Sunday?
Oh.
I thought that was the branch Davidians.
Oh, well, that's a different branch.
Oh, second branch. Well, that's what a branch is all about. Oh, we better hurry. What else? I want to talk about
El Paso Electric wants to raise their rates.
As well as for people who tried to get out of electric rates by getting solar. Their rates are going to be raised somehow. I don't know how they're going to do that.
Well, maybe that's why El Paso has to raise their rates, because now they have to pay for the extra electricity that you're selling to them.
But they're paying to make electricity anyway.
You're right, and they use generating plants.
They have to pay gas companies, but there's a kickback.
And they make the electricity with gas, natural gas, or with oil, coal oil, or nuclear. And those are very expensive ways to generate electricity. You would think the more people that have solar and sell it back, the cheaper it would be for the electric company.
Well, I think nuclear should be free because it's all around us. Anyway, I think it's a time to wrap up. We're going to wrap up. There's a lot of things to talk about still.
Join us next week
on our after show party.
And we'll talk about them.
Well, right here, we'll have an after show party.
And we see you right here next week on Double Talk,
the official channel.